Hey traders, welcome to the channel, The Novel Trading. I'm your trader and trainer, Mr. Paras Goel over here. So in today's video, we are going to discuss a very important topic in the market, which is the very common mistakes that the traders are doing while trying to clear their challenge account or while they are actually handling the funded accounts from the various prop firms. So today we are going to understand three very common mistakes in funding challenge over here and how to overcome that. The solution is also there in the video itself. Do watch the whole video, guys, and do hit the like button. If you have any queries, put the same in the comment box. So three major common mistakes that people are doing right now while in their funding challenges account and how you can overcome it so that you can never have an issue regarding the same. Okay, so let's move on with the topic. Three common mistakes. What are the three common mistakes over here? And what you need to take care of while actually handling your challenge account or the prop firm on an everyday basis. Your traders are giving thousands of dollars to prop firms. I'm telling you, these mistakes are so common that there should be a word for it, okay, in the vocabulary. But yes, these things that you're doing it on a regular basis and you need to take care of while you're in the funding challenge account so you don't have to lose the account, guys. So majorly what is happening over here, traders fail their funding challenge not because they don't know how to trade. First of all, you have to be very clear in this thing. You're not actually failing your challenge account because you don't know how to trade. So simply you have to understand that you already know how to trade. You already have enough fundamental or the technical knowledge. You don't need more. You need understand the common rules. See, likewise, you have rules in your trading setup. You have rules in your trading strategies. Similarly, there are rules for the prop firms as well. You cannot just trade the prop firm challenges like you're doing with your own money, let's say your own account. The rules are not the same. The prop firms have an additional set of rules to protect their funding, and you have to abide by those rules if you want to clear the challenge, or if you have already cleared the challenge and you want to maintain the real account as it is. You don't want to lose the account. Stay focused with the rules that are over there. So what are the rules and what are the major mistakes that they are doing? First of all, restrictions and rules. You have to understand every prop firm have their additional restrictions and rules. There may or may not be according to your setup. These additional rules may or may not be according to your setup. The rules that you have defined for yourself, let's say I will take a stop loss of this percent, I will take a stop loss of this percent. No, it is not going to happen. Most of the prop firms have their set of rules and restrictions. Example, you know about the major rule over here. First of all, you cannot breach the 10% of the fund size. So 10% fund size is the majority of the fund size that you can lose in the whole trading game. So if you're starting, let's say with $100,000, right? So in this $100,000, maximum you can lose is $10,000. You cannot go beyond this. So maximum is 10,000 limit on $100,000. Similarly, if you're trading on a $10,000 account, you cannot exceed $1,000 in the whole stop loss. The second most common rule of theirs is very important, which many people are not aware of. Still, I'm going to tell you, it is a 5% breakout rule. That means on a daily basis, on a daily loss limit, you cannot exceed the 5% SL. If you are trading with a $10,000 fund, your maximum stop loss in a single day cannot exceed $500. Okay, so basically you have to very much sustain yourself from over trading as well. See, these rules are there to help you guys. These rules are not there to take money from you. These rules are there to make you the perfect trader. As a professional trader, you should not over trade. You should not over risk in a single trade, and that's why these rules are there. What normally people do is, let's say on a $10,000 account, they try to clear the challenge in a single trade and they take $1,000 position. So if you lose more than $500 in a single trade, done, you're done with the game. You cannot clear the challenge, you cannot have the real capital. Or let's say if you have already cleared the challenge, the same rules apply on the real account as well. So you are not allowed at all to exceed the 5% stop loss limit. Okay, so what are the some advanced rules now? These are the very basic rules you might or might not know, but what are the advanced rules that you are still doing mistakes with? So what are the other three common mistakes that you people are doing? First of all, and very important, is this news trade. Many traders are confused with it. Can I trade news on the prop firms? How much time should I break the trade before the news or after the news? So let's very well understand it so you don't have any confusions in the further scenario. Even after telling and awareing thousands of my students and other traders, you're not allowed to trade on the news. Okay, what actually happens is many prop firms allow you to take the trade in the challenge account. And this is where the major confusion starts. So common rule is you cannot trade 5 minutes prior or 5 minutes after the news. You have to wait for the 5 minutes. This is a very common thing. I'm not talking about any specific prop firm, guys. This is very common to all the prop firms that are available over there. And if you want me to tell you which prop firm is good, please do tell me in the comment box. I will make another video on which prop firm you should go through. Okay. So major common rule with all the prop firms is you cannot trade 5 minutes prior or after the news. And the very big misconception about it, because the prop firms, many prop firms allow you to trade on news on the challenge account. Okay, they tell you that if you want to clear the challenge, you can trade on news. We will not restrict your account. But as soon as you clear the challenge, okay, so first traders trade on the news timings in the challenge account, which is sometimes allowed. And there is no harm in it. But then what happens when they do it in the real account? Because there are specific rules in every prop firm. If you will see the rules and regulations platform, they don't allow you to trade on news timings. Okay, so what do you need? You are not allowed to have or basically break these rules. Hence, even if you have cleared the challenge with trading on the news timing and having some good risk reward, your account is lost because you could not put the same trade on your real account. So even if the prop firms are allowing you, I'm telling you guys again and again, they're allowing you to trade on the news timing on the challenge account or the demo account that you are done with, please don't do it. Okay, treat simple challenge hai, simple solution hai. Treat your demo account as the real account only. You cannot break any rules on the demo account as well. Read the proper rules of the prop firms regarding the news trades and see what are they allowing and what are they not allowing. So basically, the major common rule is you cannot trade like 5 minutes before or after the news. So even if you are in a single trade, let's say you cannot open any trade. So let's say example, you have a 7 p.m. news over here in the USD, right? And what you cannot do is you cannot put a trade after 6:55 p.m. or before 7:05 p.m. Okay, so this is the range where you have to be abiding by. You cannot trade before or after this. Or second thing is, if you're already in the trade, let's say you have taken a trade on, let's say 2:30 p.m., then what? Then also you have to understand, you have to close the trade. Let's say I've taken a trade at 2:30 p.m. It's still running. You cannot, or you have to stop the trade at 6:55. You have to close that trade. And here's a simple solution as well. Simply treat the demo challenge account as the real. And don't take news trades, guys. Don't take news trades on the demo account, and you will never get a habit of it. Because of the news volatility, you get a real profit on the challenge account. You think that this is the same what I can have or achieve in the real account as well. This is not true. Because even a single trade, they will mail you, they will stop your account, and they will mail you directly that you have breached the rules and your account is lost, blah, 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 blah. And this is what is happening in the real world. So these are the major mistakes that I'm trying to tell you not to do on a single account, or when you're doing a funding challenge account. On your own money, on your own account, do anything you want. Okay, make your own rules, how not to overtrade, how not to take a news trade if you don't want to. And if you want to take the news trade, if you want to enjoy the volatility, trade on your own funds. After you get your first withdrawal, after you get humongous amount of withdrawals, after taking the challenge, clearing the challenge, and having the withdrawals from the funded account, put those money not into your needs or not into your wants or your cool cars. Put your money into your own trading. Okay, build up your own business, and then on that fund, you do whatever you want. You make your own rules and you rule the whole shit. But don't do it on a challenge account, because this is someone else's money. And this is OPM. This is handling other people's money. So when you're doing OPM, you have to abide by the rules by the investor. So always treat the same demo account as your real account, and you will never get the habit. If you have cleared the challenge account without the news trade, it is highly probable that you will have the same habits on the real account, and you will clear the real account as well, and you will get your withdrawals properly. So here comes the second biggest mistake that you people are doing in the news section. So we are continuing with the news, and there's another mistake that you're going to do. Even if this is all what you had already known or what you just now understood, there is another common mistake that many traders are doing, and let me unleash you to that. It's very common and it's not making sense actually, because the other one makes a sense. I get it. You cannot trade on the news. But what is the other thing which is very common but not sensible to have it on? So what is happening is, many traders tell me that they are trading on XAU USD. Okay, they are trading on the gold itself. They are not trading any other currencies or GBP or Euro USD. And hence, the only USD news impacts XAU USD. So what happens mostly is, if you will look, the gold is actually impacted in the New York session, and it is never ever, impacted by any other news. So I cannot trade on the same, otherwise it's okay. Bro, it's not okay. Because every other news. Okay, you have to understand, prop firms have rules saying that you cannot trade on news timings. They're not telling you not to trade on the news. which is impacting your currency. Okay, your currency, let's say if you are trading on Canadian dollar, you might think that GBP has nothing to do with it, or you think that the CHF has nothing to do with it. Okay, but that's not true. The rule simply says you cannot trade on the news timings. So what happens normally is, this means even if you're trading on gold, even if you're trading on the XAU USD, you cannot trade on the timings when other news are going to be released in the market. Let it be GBP news, let it be CAD news, let it be CHF, Swiss franc, Australian dollar, CNY, whatever the news is, you cannot trade on the news timings. So you have to understand that it is not okay just to look at the news of the USD and hence it is going to be high impacting. No, what do you need to do? It's a very simple solution. Go to forexfactory.com, mark your calendar properly, because many of the prop firms or most of the prop firms follow the same calendar as this website. So this is free of cost. You can just go in on the Google and type www.forexfactory.com and go to the calendar section and look at every red news. So whenever you're trading, mark your calendar properly. Okay, mark all the red boxes or the high impact news. All the high impact news you are not allowed to trade on. Okay, so don't open your trade on the same time, or if you're already in the trade. So when, let's say, GBP is having a news of GDP, okay, let's say there is a GDP release in the GBP section, it's a high impact news and it is coming at 12:30 p.m. in our time. You cannot trade. You cannot trade gold even then, because this is a high impact timing and the many problems doesn't allow you to do that. And that's why I'm telling you, it might be nonsense, it might not be logical, but it is the rule and you have to abide by it. So whenever it is a high impact section of the day, you cannot trade on the same, because there is going to be high volatility and other changes or other fundamental things that are happening in the market, and you might or might not understand the whole sense of it. But the logic and sense remains differently. The rules remains the same, that you cannot trade on the news timing, and hence it covers all the news timings, not just the timings or the not just the news that you're trading with. So even if you're trading Canadian dollar, be aware when the Chinese news is going to come in the market and it is having a high impact and you cannot trade on that same time. Okay, close it 10 minutes before the news. So basically, let's say I have entered into the trade of the gold at 11:30 a.m. Okay, so 11 a.m. Let's say I have entered into the gold and there is a GBP news that is going to release at 12:30. So what I'm going to do? I cannot trade. Are you getting my point? You cannot trade at that point. That means you have to close the trade by 12:25 p.m. or maybe 10 minutes before, whatever your prop firm is exactly saying, 10 minutes or 5 minutes before. You have to read the proper section of the news. Now, this coverage of the news is done. First, we have understood that high impact timings, do not trade. Do not open the trade, even if it is allowed in the challenge account. Don't make it a habit, because once you get the real account, once you clear the challenge, you will lose the real account because of the same habit. And secondly, you have to understand all of the news are high impact. You cannot just move on to some single news that it doesn't impact my currency of trading. It doesn't matter. It doesn't show up like this. And if you really want to clear your challenge account, guys, I'm telling you, if you're serious about your trading, have a session with me, have a personal session with me. If you really want to learn properly, step by step, proper risk management, proper everything, okay, with experience, book a personal session with me. I have put up a WhatsApp link on the downside. You can directly connect to me without any third party. You can directly connect to me. You can ask your questions freely. Feel free to connect, even if it's any single questions related to options, forex, or gold, and it's related to trading and investment. If you have any specific questions of what you're doing and how can you improve, okay, on a daily basis, do contact. Okay. And now comes the next major mistakes that people are not aware of, traders are not aware of, because they're not handling it properly, which is spreads. Okay, this is one of the things that you have to understand. I can assure you, more than 50% of the failed accounts, more than 50% of the failed accounts, okay, even if it includes yours, spread is the reason. Spread is the sole reason. The news and other things you might or might not know, but this is something which even experienced traders, ignore off. They don't take it sincerely. And we will talk much more about it in the second video, second part of the series. I'm telling you, it is going to be a good video. Do subscribe and like for the next part, guys. But we are going to talk a lot about spreads. We are going to talk each and everything, how to take the lot size, how to calculate the spreads, and how not to get trapped in the spreads itself. Okay, guys. Till then, take care, guys. Do hit the subscribe and like button, guys. And if you have any questions, please put it in the comment box. Till then, sayonara.